gap and recovering position. Let's see, it will be very difficult for us. Our back is not working very well on this track, but we will try to arrive in the top 10. It will be hard and difficult, but we will try.
Thank you and best of luck.
Yeah, thanks Simon. Good luck to Pecco Bagnaia, because it has been a very difficult couple of weeks here in Aragon. Every time he said he's tried to push that little bit harder in the braking zone on that front, he's just been upside down and crashing. So tough race coming up for the former Moto2 world champion, down in 18th spot. Pol Espargaro starts from 9th place on the grid, at the back of that third row on the Red Bull KTM. The highest placed KTM 7 days ago, Brad Binder in 11th. They all want to be featuring in the top 10 here today. Is there a last minute change going on here for Maverick Vinales on the grid? If Rins goes soft, he's going to try and bolt, isn't he? He's going to try and use that advantage of the soft front tyre. We know last weekend Morbidelli on the medium front took him 3 or 4 laps to really get into his groove. Rins perhaps thinking here on the soft front, soft rear combination, he can execute plan A, get away and then manage it as the Suzuki so brilliantly does in the second half of the race. It's going to be fascinating. I'm intrigued to see whether Alex Rins is going to chuck himself right into left field and be the only man to run that soft front tyre.
Plan A for Joan Mir, get that launch control system hooked up nicely. He needs a really good start. It's not a long run into turn 1, so you've got to find good track position. But the first few laps of the race, crucial for the World Championship leader. He's confident, supremely confident that he's got the pace to get on par with the likes of Rins and Taka Nakagami. Spectacular countryside surrounding this famous Motorland Aragon circuit. It really is one of the most picturesque parts of Spain and Catalonia, isn't it? We can pop back down on the grid to Simon Crafar, who's got Petronas Yamaha SRT boss Wilco Zielenberg to talk to, Franco Morbidelli on the front row of the grid, and Fabio Quartararo trying to wrestle back control of the World Championship in 6th. Let's hear Wilco's pre-race thoughts on the grid with Simon.
Yes, Wilco, both your riders really fast. Also last weekend, but it seems like tyres getting them to the end of the race has been the difficult thing for the Yamaha guys. Is the tyre decision difficult here on the grid?
Well, it's always not easy, as you know, and you know, the less points to give away, you feel the pressure in the paddock, you know, even for Moto2, Moto3 and MotoGP. Yeah, there are only a couple of races to go, and the championship is completely open. So it's all small details are very important, and yeah, as you experience yourself as well, everybody is trying to keep as much as information for themselves.
And so you're confident that your bike can go to the end this week, or it's unknown?
Well, yes, of course, this is our aim. We struggled, of course, big time last weekend because, yeah, from P1 to P18, you cannot say that is something to be proud of. It was a hard one to swallow, I can tell you that. Especially the conditions we had was actually quite good for us. But, yeah, the bottom line, we had nothing to fight for and with. So hopefully this is a different story today.
Wilco, thank you for your time. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks Wilco, thanks Simon. Row 3 then, Crutchlow, Oliveira and Pol Espargaro. Row 4, we just saw Alex Marquez starting from 10th. He'll look to charge forward to try and get his first win, and it's a career best 11th on the grid for the 20-year-old rookie, Iker Lecuona.
Yeah, confident he can find himself back inside the top 10 today. 9th and 10th in both Red Bull Ring races, the best we've seen from the 20-year-old rookie. Not higher than 14th in his last 5, but he's looked in great form, leading the KTM charge in a couple of sessions so far this weekend. Here is the Joan Mir. We'll be saying that in about an hour's time or so, or will there be another dramatic twist in this 2020 MotoGP title chase?
12th on the grid as well, puts him on the inside, nearest to pit wall. So he's going to make a beeline, isn't he, for turn 1. Let's go down on the grid now and then get the pre-race thoughts of Alberto Puig. Could this be another day in the sun for Repsol Honda? Down to you, Simon.
Yes, Alberto, I haven't felt this year the possibility for Honda so strong. What are you hoping, you know, for who? How do you think the race will play out?
Well, we will see. I mean, you know, here the start is complicated. It's very narrow at the end of the straight. So it's very important to get a good start, and then I think that all of our riders have a good rhythm, so they have to find their pace, not lose in the first lap, and then just go. I mean, they prove they are fast, so they have to fight for 45 minutes.
One more quick question. It seemed to me, looking from the outside, that the Honda keeps the rear tyre, that soft rear, going better than some of the other manufacturers. Are you hoping that that's where an advantage will come in towards the end?
On my opinion or experience here, I think we should really think in the front wheel, not on the rear.
Okay, good luck with that hard front.
Yeah, thanks Simon, thanks to Alberto Puig. Stunning shots in the terrain surrounding this famous Motorland Aragon circuit, as we said. What's going through the mind of this young man? Taka Nakagami's first pole position since his Moto2 career, his home Grand Prix at the Twin Rimategi back in 2017. What's going through this man's mind as well? Andrea Dovizioso desperately trying to find a way through some of the struggles that the Ducati's had so far this weekend to keep himself in World Championship contention. We felt coming into this weekend, he felt the same, Ducati too, that they needed a podium with a couple of tricky circuits coming up for Ducati. Valencia, never traditionally a successful circuit for them with cool temperatures, and then of course the journey into the unknown in Portimao, where a lot of people are saying that will be very much a circuit that will favour the Yamahas and the Suzukis. They may well feel that 17th on the grid, despite only being 15 points down the championship, like there's nothing to lose. Will they gamble on a massive setting change here ahead of this race? Andrea Dovizioso, and here is Danilo Petrucci then. No birthday celebrations really for him in terms of qualifying. We're 19th on the grid. And already that Le Mans win feeling like quite a long time ago. Yeah, difficult times for Danilo Petrucci. He said yesterday, well, at least he's going to start in front of the safety car. Might have lost his pace, he's not lost his sense of humour. Fabio Quartararo then looking for a much more trouble-free race than what experienced last weekend. That problems with the front tyre pressure, a humbling experience, as Wilco Zillenberg just said, dropping from position outside the point scoring places. I feel that battle with a top five under his belt, a solid point scoring finish, regrouped and come back stronger at Valencia, a circuit that he knows, or he thinks, that Yamaha will be more competitive.
You have to wonder though if he'll get tempted into a scrap with Joan Mir, who's bound to be coming true. Will that just change his tactics slightly when he sees the number 36? It's really interesting, isn't it?
At the back of his mind as well, with Rins and Nakagami ahead of him, if they both on the podium, they're dragging themselves back into championship contention as well.
So what can Ducati do today? Warm-up looked a step in the right direction. Can they go another step better here today? They certainly need it. Davide Tolozzi's on the grid with Simon.
Yes, same thinking, Steve. Davide did the morning warm-up, set-up changes help, and how much, you know, are the riders happy going into this one with the setting?
Yeah, we are pretty confident that this morning we found something. The warm-up was not so bad, but starting from the bed of the grid, it will be difficult to gain positions till the top guys. But anyway, we will try to do the best and be on the top 10.
One quick question, tyre-wise, is it more for you difficult to get the front tyre or the rear to the end of the race?
Both. In the end, we see that every rider has problem with the front, trying to enter with some speed. They have no confidence with the front, while in acceleration, till that you don't have a certain degrees, we have no grip at all in acceleration. So we lose the best point of Ducati, that was acceleration till last year. Now this tire has more grip, but not for us in the mid corner, in the mid situation, you know.
Thank you for your time and best of luck today.
Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck to Davide Tolozzi. There is Dorna CEO Carmelo Espeleta. You just saw that come up onto the screen. There were a couple of very, very far-fetched rumours going around that there could be some changes to the end of the season schedule, but just confirming there, the Dorna boss, that with the current PCR testing underway and the bubbles that are going on, despite a weekend off after this, we will be going to Valencia for the doubleheader and Portimao as scheduled.
Yeah, all systems go right now for what looks like it's building up to be a very intense and nail-biting conclusion to this MotoGP World Championship. Those two men know each other very, very well, of course. Mike Leitner, former crew chief to Danny Pedrosa at Repsol Honda and in the 250cc days, and Alberto Puig, former manager and mentor of said Danny Pedrosa as well.
What is going through the mind right now of Taka Nakagami on pole position? He said so often that the tactics for this weekend were to get a better start and get into a rhythm, but he wasn't actually expecting to get pole, not for a long shot, so it's going to be really fascinating to see how he copes with that. Brad Binder here, there'll be a bit of a charge coming from Brad. 15th does not reflect his speed. Quite unfortunate actually just to miss out on a place in Q2. That's just how competitive MotoGP is, but they have made steps forward since last week. A top 10 on the cards for Brad Binder.
Got a fight on his hands to be Rookie of the Year, which looked like it was going very much the way of the South African. Alex Marquez's recent resurgence then puts him right in that battle. There's your two men in this World Championship battle then right now, with just 15 points covering the top four men. Fabio Quartararo goes from the back of the second row in 6th place on the Petronas Yamaha SRT. And new World Championship leader, Joan Mir. We've not had a Suzuki rider in this position for 20 long years. Kenny Roberts Jr. back in 2000, the year he won the world title. That was the last time pre-Aragon won a Suzuki man led the MotoGP World Championship.
Amazing, isn't it? None of the top 4 riders in the World Championship, separated by 15 points, are actually on the front row here. It's a tense atmosphere ahead of this Grand Prix of Teruel.
And they're all surrounded by men with nothing really, a lot to lose, like Johan Zarco. The virtual fan wall, the fans are getting excited. You just feel like there's that extra tension for some reason building up to this Grand Prix. The riders know, the teams know, the clock ticking down towards the crucial phase of this 2020 World Championship. Vital, precious points at stake here today. Pecco Bagnaia way down at the back of the 6th row. Behind this man, German Stefan Bradl, who's done an excellent job replacing Marc Marquez yet again so far this weekend.
Yeah, he's testing that new carbon reinforced chassis for this race to find out whether or not that's a step in the right direction for Honda in general. He's been having a good weekend. Other than that crash yesterday, everything was going pretty rosy for Stefan Bradl, so it'll be fascinating to see how he gets on in this race. 5 minutes to the race start as the BMW M8 roars up towards turn 1.
You know what a tough weekend it's been so far for Ducati. Very modest ambitions and expectations then from Davide Tardozzi. They'll be happy to get out of here with a top 10. Those kind of results, though, are not going to win you World Championships, are they?
Here is Bradley Smith on the factory Aprilia, 21st on the grid. Simon, down to you.
Yes, I'm with Mayo Merigali. I want to know about his rider, Maverick Vinales. Only won this weekend without Valentino here. I'm curious what you think. His speed has been brilliant, but coming into the race, it doesn't always go well, especially towards the end, tyre-wise or feel. Do you think you fixed those problems from last week?
You never know. We work during this weekend to try to improve a little bit what he felt that was still missing during the last GP. But also today I think we just took a little risk because we choose to go with soft. And during last GP he was extremely happy with the front, and most of the other using medium, and I think that's can be a little advantage. The drop we had last weekend, it might happen again, even if we try to improve it.